Russia halts nuke data sharing and US may shut money spigot for Ukraine arms. Top stories from the Russian press on Wednesday, May 17. Russia calls halt to data sharing on its strategic nuclear forces. Washington's money spigot for Ukraine arms supplies may be running dry, and Central Asian nations may join anti-Russian sanctions. These stories topped Wednesday's newspaper headlines across Russia. Russia stops sharing data on its strategic nuclear forces. Moscow will not disclose data about its strategic nuclear forces even after Washington has done so, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergey Ryabkov said on Tuesday. According to the U.S. Department of State, as of March 1, the United States had 662 deployed carriers with 1,419 warheads, as well as 138 non-deployed carriers. According to the latest data, published by the Russian Foreign Ministry, as of March 1, 2021, Russia had 800 carriers and 1,456 deployed warheads. In his State of the Nation speech in February, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that Moscow would halt its participation in the New START nuclear weapons treaty, a move intended to preclude any harm to Russia's national interests that might potentially arise from U.S. inspections of Russian defense enterprises and other facilities during the course of the special military operation. Moscow's refusal to exchange key data is directly linked to its suspended participation in New START, said Dmitry Stefanovich, a researcher at the Center for International Security at the Russian Academy of Sciences Primakov Institute of World Economy and International Relations, IMMO-RAS. Formally, Russia is legally prohibited from carrying out any START-related activities, which is clearly demonstrated by its refusal to share information. The United States has also stopped providing daily notifications about its strategic offensive weapons. While the general U.S. data as a whole are not surprising, the number of Russian weapons, especially deployed warheads, has increased recently. Since March 2020 last fall, they were below the treaty-mandated ceiling by just a single unit, Stefanovich explained. At the same time, the Russian side has voluntarily committed itself to adhering to the quantitative restrictions under New START, as long as it remains in force, despite Moscow's suspension of the treaty, the expert clarified further. It is likely that the U.S. has obtained a general idea of how many strategic offensive weapons, or at least carriers, Russia has by means of technical reconnaissance and signals intelligence, but the situation with warheads once again demonstrates the utility of inspections. Moreover, it would be beneficial for Russia to have access to prospective U.S. launchers that could, in theory, become closer to deployment by 2026. However, there are no indications of any potential reversal in the current situation with the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, especially while both sides continue to exchange mutual recriminations, Stefanovich concluded.